Maybe you can prompt with the
Welcome back, Harsh. So let's begin the second segment where we were talking about how education is reserved for a segment of people, or how we have created that education, how it should work, in a way, in a specific way. So breaking barriers
yeah.
into, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what I was trying to tell you is not that it's for a segment of people, but the word itself means so much. मतलब it discards learning at all, like in all the ways. कि अभी मैं घर पे सब्जी खरीदने जाता हूँ, that's a skill, right? That's something that to be learned, but वो education नहीं होता considered, right? So as a word, it's so elitist, is
In
what I
fact,
meant.
I would like to tell you something कि जैसे हम ना education को, in fact, especially in the smaller cities, it has been taken in a way. ऐसे हमारे पेरेंट्स ने हमको एजुकेशन इंट्रोड्यूस किया था, टू बी फ्रैंक, बट वी वर कंसिडर्ड दैट हम बहुत कुछ स्पेशल कर रहे हैं अपने लाइफ में, बाय गोइंग टू अ बोर्डिंग स्कूल,
Exactly.
बाय गोइंग टू अ वेरी रेप्यूटेड
Yeah.
बोर्डिंग स्कूल. और एक हमारे पेरेंट्स बहुत, माय पेरेंट्स यूज्ड टू फील वेरी प्राउड दैट वी आर गोइंग टू a very special school, in the sense that you can afford that school, and we missed on so many life skills staying in a Christian boarding school. I could not understand a lot of festivals in my own home, at my own home, because I was so mixed in, everything was so mixed up in my brain till today.
आप वो बोल रहे हो, मेरे को तो भोजपुरी बोलनी नहीं आती, जबकि मैं आरा से हूँ, बिहार, भोजपुर
Exactly.
डिस्ट्रिक्ट से हूँ.
So you can't
तो
enjoy
मतलब
that.
मैं ढंग से बोल नहीं पाता.
और घर पे आना आज भी मेरे लिए, इस सोसाइटी में रहना, इट्स लाइक व्हेन आई केम इन द बिगिनिंग, मेरे लिए टास्क था एवरी डे. I am running away from my own people, my own culture, my own language. It's like
Exactly.
you start feeling that you are somewhere else. You don't belong to the society. आप बहुत superior हो. I used to run away from my relatives. मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि क्यों बात करें इनसे? Because
Definitely. And that's like very bizarre, because basically we're getting cut off from our own roots, becoming something which we are not. गेटिंग मोर, वो भले उसको प्रोग्रेसिव बोल लो, मॉडर्न बोल लो, जो बोलना है बोल लो, पर उसके अपने फ्लॉज हैं. और ऐसा नहीं है कि हमारी सोसाइटी और हमारा कल्चर एकदम परफेक्ट कल्चर था, बट वो एटलीस्ट दैट मे गिव अस समथिंग टू बी बिलोंग टू, राइट? और वो तो हर कल्चर में कुछ फ्लॉज होते ही हैं, वो तो यू कैन फिक्स दोज थिंग्स और यू कैन
you
वर्क ऑन दोज
lose
थिंग्स.
you lose on that cultural identity, and then you are not anyone. Who are you then?
एग्जैक्टली.
I mean, एक आइडेंटिटी जब आपकी खो जाती है तो आप कहीं कहीं ढूंढ रहे होते हैं. It's okay to be to explore other things, but to call something your own starts missing. So when you are sitting in your home
एग्जैक्टली.
and you don't enjoy the festivals because you're not related to it in a certain way, I have
या.
been like an alien in many of the festivals. I like जब कुछ सोसाइटी में जो women festivals बहुत ज्यादा है हमारे कल्चर में, I don't relate to it at all. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I'm always out of place. I think those things happened because it was that pursuit of education कि हम तो सीख रहे हैं, हम तो पढ़ रहे हैं, हम तो अलग सोसाइटी से बिलोंग कर रहे हैं, या अलग क्लास वाले हो गए. तो with that, I also missed on a lot of life skills or a lot of things that my mother says, "ये तो कभी सीखी ही नहीं, she never learned it." And I don't know how to
या.
blame myself for that, because I don't know how I am responsible for that, but I still feel, but I don't have the, I should have done that. I've been, इतना separation हो चुका है कि मुझे वो feeling भी नहीं है कि I miss on these things. But we missed a lot of things at home: culture, festival, traditions, local food. से हमारा कोई relationship ही नहीं रह पाया because of this attaining something else.
Yeah. And also it's considered to be backward, no? मतलब अब मेरे को भले भोजपुरी बोलने में प्रॉब्लम होता है, बिग पार्ट ऑफ इट इज कि when I used to be in Delhi or anywhere else, I felt ashamed of being Bihari. I felt ashamed of speaking in Bhojpuri because there is a stigma कि अच्छा बिहारी तो सारे ऑटो वाले बिहारी हैं. There
ये
is a stigma about that.
बहुत सारी चीजें आपको लेकर है, आपके एक्सेंट को लेकर. I have faced when I went to Delhi after my 12th. But And
नॉट
then
ओनली दैट कि अगर, क्योंकि हम जब हिंदी में बात करते हैं बिहार में, तो हम बोलते हैं कि हमको दे दो या ये ऐसा, और वो मतलब दे विल स्टार्ट बुलिंग यू कि कितने लोग हो तुम।
exactly, I feel that. तुम कितने लोग हो भाई साथ
या
में? बट आई थिंक एक पॉइंट आता है आपकी
एग्जैक्टली।
लाइफ में जब शायद आप इन चीजों से इतना उठ जाते हो, बिकॉज आई रियलाइज अ पॉइंट केम इन माय लाइफ व्हेन आई वाज इन साउथ फॉर अ वेरी लॉन्ग टाइम एंड पीपल वुड आस्क मी वेयर आर यू फ्रॉम, आई वाज जस्ट सो, मतलब इतना मतलब ना, आई यूज्ड टू से आई एम फ्रॉम बिहार एंड आई यूज्ड टू फील लाइक प्राइड फ्रॉम समवेयर, मैं बिहार से हूँ, झारखंड से हूँ, आई स्टार्टेड सेइंग दैट एंड इवन टुडे it's like I just enjoy saying that, yes, you can, I want
Yeah,
to.
I also get irritated because people have absolutely no idea about Bihar, and they'll ask कि बिहार में कहाँ से हो, तो मेरे को लगता है कि भाई तेरे को पता तो है नहीं, तो मैं बोल भी दूंगा तो तेरे को क्या कर लेगा तू, हैं? मतलब यू हैव नॉट, आई मीन, अगर मेरे से कोई बोले दो चार जगहों को छोड़ के, मुझको नहीं पता कि बिहार में कौन कौन सी जगह होती, बट जब, स्पेशली जब लोग ऐसा बोलते हैं कि अच्छा कहाँ से हो, बिहार से, अच्छा कहाँ, बिहार में कहाँ पे, मतलब दे आर लुकिंग फॉर आंसर लाइक पटना और बोध गया और समथिंग लाइक दैट,
Something that they
बट आई एम
don't
लाइक,
know.
हाँ, या, बट आई एम लाइक कि व्हाई डोंट यू गो एंड गूगल वेयर आई एम फ्रॉम, लाइक रियली लाइक गेट टू नो द प्लेस, नॉट ओनली दैट, बट देन दे विल बी लाइक, अरे अच्छा तो भोजपुरी में कुछ बता, गाना बता के, गा के बताओ या बोल के बताओ, and I'm like, and that happens to every, I mean, I'm sure it happens to all the other languages and all the other regions also, but with us it's a little deforming, because our art, primarily music and film, has been promoted as a vulgar industry, where
Category.
people are talking about sexualizing women and all those kind of things, which is partially true also, but that's not everything, no? I mean, that's not all about Bihar or the Bhojpuri culture. And Bhojpuri culture is not just Bihar; it's also part of UP, part of Jharkhand, a little bit from Odisha, a little bit from
It's all
क्या बोलते हैं
everywhere.
उसको?
They
Yeah, Bengal.
all spread, right?
So it's a mix of all of those, and Bihar itself doesn't have only Bhojpuri, but it has many more languages.
Mhm.
Uh,
But I
Maghai,
think
Mathili.
still it feels very nice, when I think जब आप लोगों से मिलते हैं और when you discover कि अरे this person is from my place, I still have that pride in feeling आती है जब मैं, I think when I met Abhijit Saha, I was traveling to Bangalore and I requested why don't we meet. तो I only came during dinner कि he was from Bihar और एक बहुत मजा आने लगता है, अरे हम लोग सब बिहारी
Abhijit Sinha.
अभिजीत सिन्हा, अभिजीत सिन्हा जी डिफाई के,
हाँ
मुझे
हाँ,
उस समय लगा कि
अरे वो
अरे
तो फेक है, वो तो फेक बिहारी है। मैं उसको बोलता साले तू बिहार से नहीं है।
वो तो
मतलब बिकॉज ऑल्सो कि his parents migrated way back
करेक्ट
to
करेक्ट,
Bombay. He grew up as a Bombay boy, so he's more Bombay boy than Bihari.
हाँ वो तो
Uh,
बैंगलोरियन ज्यादा
and
लग
that's
रहे
how
थे।
I look at it. Now he's more Bangalorean, like
हाँ एग्जैक्टली, तो फिर
तो
भी
अभिजीत
मजा
मेरा
आता है।
बहुत अच्छा दोस्त है, मतलब he's like a brother to me.
हाँ, अच्छा।
And that's what, like, and a few months ago I was in South Africa with his wife, so he couldn't come, so me and his wife were chilling and all that, and I will give some Bihari references and she would not understand at all. I mean, of course, because she's from Zimbabwe also, but
करेक्ट,
I was like कि अच्छा कुछ तो घर में देखा होगा ना, क्योंकि उसके पेरेंट्स काफी हैंग आउट करते हैं उनके साथ,
हाँ
मतलब अभिजीत के पेरेंट्स और बहन, बट उसको कुछ रेफरेंस ही नहीं समझ में आता था, क्योंकि वो मतलब नहीं है ना, वो मतलब इतना नहीं बात करते वो उस तरह से, दे हैव बिकम, मतलब ऑफ कोर्स अभिजीत एंड हिज सिस्टर हैज आर बॉम्बे किड्स, दे आर नॉट बिहारी किड्स, they have never lived in Bihar, they I don't know if they visit also. uh for me it's still different, because I still have people, my folks lives in Bihar, my grandparents are there, and I keep, I mean, even though I don't go, but I'm still in touch. I have still few friends there, who live there, so
इंटरेस्टिंग।
so for me it's more
आपसे
easier, but
बात
he's not,
करके,
I mean.
हाँ, आपसे बात करके sometimes I just forget that we are in the podcast and the way the naturally the talk starts progressing from one thing to the other thing. but it's very
आई नो,
interesting.
हम कहाँ हम बात कर रहे थे कि कहाँ स्वराज के और प्रोग्राम्स और कहाँ हम बिहार
स्वराज
पे
और
डिस्कस कर
बिहार
रहे
में हम लोग आ गए, but I'm
So
sure.
let me just finish that Swaraj different programs. So I spoke about the Unschoolers Eco Village. I spoke about Sopat Gamni workshops. I spoke about Jail University. Another thing that we recently started is a farm varsity. Which has two different phases. Which is one is the urban farming part, which is more in the Udaipur city and nearby places, and the second part, which is the major part, which is in which we are working with. We have taken upon ourselves to convert this whole belt. Udaipur is also one of the most highly populated with tribals, and so we have taken it upon ourselves to turn this whole belt into organic zone, in which we and where we process Yes. Are you there? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I
Yeah,
can't hear you.
I can hear
Oh,
you.
okay. Now I can hear you. Okay. I mean, your screen was gone. Anyway, so in that we are working with people, tribal people in those regions, in that region.
Mhm.
We have a fellowship under Farmversity, in which we were working with the farmers on their traditional ways of farming.
Mhm.
And we started a production center where processing center, I would say,
Mhm.
where we process the produce. uh, and then we have partnered with Banyan Roots, which is an organic store, and we're trying to market that and get people to buy stuff. We also started a farmers collective. I forgot the legal term for it. It's called something. Basically, it's like a cooperative, farmers cooperative. And that farmer cooperative, so it's they are the stakeholders for the production processing unit, for all these different things. So I think we have more than 300 farmers in that cooperative. All of them are trying to practice organic farming, and they are basically people from those regions. And we also have a campus where we sort of do a lot of stuff with the fellows that we have, I think, in this batch, in the current batch, it's the third batch, and we have about 8 or 10 fellows working with us.
This
And
farm
then
varsity you're talking about, these fellows are only for farming?
yeah, farming and so farming and all aspects of farming, which includes processing, growing food, little bit of cooking also. Not all of them are interested, some of them are interested in cooking. So going back to the traditional slow cooking ways,
So
keeping the
this is
nutrients
open
alive.
to all age groups, or it's like a specific age group?
So I'm not so much involved with that process, but it is for people. People in the villages, tribal people. The program, the fellowship is for them. It is for, I don't know if there is an age restriction or not, but it's mostly for the young people. To what I have observed with the fellows, the time I've spent with the fellows. And with the campus, we also, a lot of times we bring in a lot of people from urban areas who are interested to know about the tribal lifestyle and farming and stuff like that. So we kind of do exchange programs. These fellows also go to different places on exchange programs. Uh, we have partners throughout the country, so they keep traveling, and they also do like those kind of exchange programs. So that's the farm varsity project. Now also we have a fellowship, so we have a Shikshantar as our urban center, which is also our parent organization for Swaraj and everything else that we do. That and Shikshantar is about 25 years old now this year. We just turned 25 on the
Wow.
15th of August. And so that again becomes a campus. Shikshantar is a resource center for people who are into alternative lifestyles and unschooling and homeschooling and things like that. And it's an open space for people to come and experiment. But it has also become urban campus for Swaraj University, one of the Swaraj University's programs, which is called the Shakti Girls Fellowship. So, as I said, Udaipur is a tribal region. The what have and also Udaipur is a urban city. It's developing as a urban city, very touristy. A lot of people from abroad come. A lot of people from India come tourist. So these what happened is the people villages around Udaipur, like close by villages, are not fully. They are not villages, but they are not cities. They are not tribal people, but they're not urban people also. They were somewhere in between, and most of these people have been exploited in many ways. So what we realized that we realized this thing, and we wanted to work with these kind of people, especially girls, because they don't get as much opportunities as anything else. So we started this fellowship called Sakti Girls Fellowship, in which we take these girls who come from these close by villages and work as house helps or do odd jobs to earn and they most of them doesn't go to school, or they get married early or things like that. So it's a fellowship for girls who are 18, above 18, but I think the age range is from 18 to 25, 26. We are working with them on in leadership building through self-design learning, skill building through self-design learning. So again, the model is similar. We have different hubs which they can choose from. So a lot of them do farming, a lot of them are into painting, a lot of them are into art, like craft design. A lot of them are into upcycling. A lot of them are into cooking. A lot of them are into theater. Again, so because we have all these projects in Udaipur, so whoever comes, let's say you come, so we make most of you. We take you to the jail. We take you to the Swaraj University. We take you to the farmer city. We take you to the Shakti Girls Fellowship. So all of these people kind of there is so much that can be done. So and we do try to bring opportunities like that, and whoever comes can do workshops with each of these projects and stuff. And that becomes a great opportunity for us because एक बार कोई आ रहा है, एक ही बार के खर्चे में सब निकल जाता है.
Oh,
सारी
that's
सारी जगहों
amazing.
पे हो जाता है. So and we have about like 50 girls, and this is also, it has been going on for last 1.5 2 years about, uh, and this is I think seventh or eighth batch which is going. It's a
Wow.
3 month program, but we also there is a next step in which people the girls who have done these 3 months and still want to go further deeper, we take them as senior fellows, and they also help us facilitate with the newer batches
Wow.
and lead those people, lead basically those groups in different things, and get more into their craft or whatever they want to learn. And this has been amazing because if you see when the girls come fresh in the beginning of the batches, they are so shy, they don't speak, they they would not reply to anything that you will ask, no matter how gently and formally and you are with them. And towards the end of the 3 months they will be so much confident, and that just that I forget about any skills or anything, just to see them being so outspoken and so expressive after 3 months is
Basically,
amazing thing to.
it's very empowering, I think. बहुत empowering. It's not just that.
Exactly,
It's not just you're building some
exactly,
skills to get them a job and then your job gets over. It's basically
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
it's a complete makeover of a person, because
या
you.
मतलब आजकल के टाइम पे तो कोई भी स्किल सीख सकता है ना. स्किल सीखना बहुत आसान है, यूट्यूब है, ये फलाने बहुत 500 तरीके हैं स्किल सीखने के. बट what what happens is in the shift of their mindset. you know what happens is in the them being able to uh, express themselves the way they are. ठीक है, तो and not losing their culture, not losing their traditional
Identity.
gifts and identities. You know, मतलब ऐसा कभी हम जैसे क्या होता है कि बहुत सारे ऐसे म्यूजिक और ये सब होते हैं, तो दे गेट like they get into this trance space, basically possess हो जाते हैं कई बार लोग ना. तो अभी किसी और स्पेस में ऐसा कुछ होगा तो it'll become a stigma, right? It'll be like अरे इसको तो ये हो रहा है. There has मतलब if you look at it from a colonial mind, then you'll be like, oh, there must be some mental issues, or she's seeking attention. We stigmatize that. Here, if they get that, we are like, oh, that's amazing, like that they are still connected with their own space and culture and their own self. They are able to embrace that energy that is coming through them, because that is something beyond our understanding, right? I remember we a bunch of them came to Learning Societies and Conference, and there we had a very beautiful evening with Kabir and Sufi music. And two of them got possessed, like they enchanneled something. And I remember they walking up to them, and two of so they were not allowing any of us, but then me and Manish Bhaiya went, and they allowed him, but they asked me to stand out. And they were like really authoritative. They were beating when bhaiya went, they were like dhok lagana matlab paँव छूना होता है basically. So they stamped on his back, and they were like dhok laga. Then when I tried to enter, they were like nahi mata andar nahi aa. And that was such a powerful experience for me to witness. You know, and अगर कोई और मतलब मैं किसी और मैं अपने लॉजिकल माइंड से उसको फिगर आउट करने की कोशिश करूं, तो मेरे को लगेगा कि ये मस्ट बी some mental something issues or attention seeking and things like that. But if I look at it from the other lens, for me it's like they are so much in touch with their own selves, and they are so much in touch with their own inner spirituality, that they are able to be in the space like this and embrace it, not being shy about it. uh, and there is something definitely happening which is not mental. There is no outskirt, like you know, no how do I say it, like कि ऐसा कुछ मतलब attention seeking नहीं है. They're not acting it up. There is no mental issues with them. There are no mental issues with them, but there is something which is happening there which is beyond my understanding, my logical brain's understanding. And that is so beautiful. I don't understand it, but I'm okay with it. I'm embracing it, and I'm grateful for it to happen in front of me. And that would not happen in any other space. I have not seen that happening in any other space. And I feel that in a way that makes them more empowered. क्योंकि आजकल घरों में भी उनके ऐसा माहौल है कि ऐसा कुछ होगा तो वो हॉस्पिटल लेके जाएंगे, या ऐसा ऐसा कुछ झाड़ फूक वाले बाबा के पास लेके जाएंगे. बट होने दो ना, क्या हो रहा है, क्या दिक्कत है उसमें? वो कुछ खुद को तो कुछ कर नहीं, अनलेस इट इज सेल्फ डिस्ट्रक्टिव और समथिंग
I
लाइक
mean,
दैट.
this is what
देन
people do. They get into alcohol, they find themselves, they go crazy with alcohol, and that is all allowed. But once,
but that's again like the alcohol or any substance, I would say maybe some substance were practiced, were used for these kind of rituals. But alcohol is a pretty new addition to in our culture, to get there, to get into that
वही मैं बोल रही हूँ
space.
कि लोग to
and
get to that stage, they start using substances, right? But when somebody gets
and
it,
that's very demeaning, because then it becomes कि अच्छा ये तो नशे में है, ये तो नशे में कर रहा है.
exactly.
That's very demeaning. So these people, I have never seen them. These are like girls here. Like they don't even they have probably never touched alcohol. They have probably never uh, smoked or did anything. Not that I know. Maybe they. I mean, smoking is big part of their culture. Also, a lot of times they smoke BDs and all that. But not these girls. I've never seen them doing. Maybe women in their
I
houses
think
do, but not
Harsh,
these
to
girls.
be able to create a space like this, I mean, in a world where it's going somewhere, we have already standardized everything. हर कुछ standard packages में है. To be able to break
Exactly. Yeah.
free, I think that is amazing that you guys have done. And to be able
यार
to
मेरे
have a
को ऐसा लगता है
space,
ना कि
वो एक space
मेरे
itself.
को ऐसा लग
हाँ जी बोलिए, हाँ आप बोलिए. You won't let me speak. आप ही बोलिए.
That's like Zoom का ऐसा है ना, it's such a restrictive platform. But anyways, what I was trying to tell you कि life doesn't happen in a box which is standardized. Life happens in all sort of different shapes and sizes and smells and क्या बोलते हैं उसको, visuals and all senses. And it's so against the whole idea of life to standardize things, whether it is education or anything, मतलब sports or anything, कि ये एक certain standard set कर देना किसी चीज का is so unhumanitarian. इसका कोई हिसाब नहीं है कि ये ऐसा हो रहा है तो ही ऐसा हो रहा है. मतलब अगर तुमको ये स्ट्रेट लाइन खींचना आता है तो ही तुम आर्टिस्ट हो. ये तो दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा झूठ है.
जो आमिर खान ने तारे जमीन पर तोड़ा है.
पता नहीं यार कितना तोड़ा है. पता नहीं यार कितना तोड़ा एक्चुअली.
No, see, the ones who
But
have to get
obviously they tried.
the ones who have to get it, they get it, I think. Or unless you start seeking, you don't get it. अगर आपको like I think
Of course, that's
yesterday मेरी पंकज जी से बात थी, तो हम यही बात कर रहे थे कि अगर आप सीख नहीं, आप अगर you can all the time keep complaining about education, you can keep complaining about the jobs, but if you really want a change, it's आपके हाथ में ही है. इंटरनेट भी आपके
of
हाथ
course,
में
yeah.
है, और knowledge or skill आपके हाथ में.
Ultimately it's our choices. Always, it has always been our
Exactly. It's
choice.
all boils down,
Whether
boils
it is a
down to
good choice or a bad choice,
choice.
or it is out of some pressure, out of some influence, whatever it
As
is,
long
it's
as
your
you
choice.
can own it up and say, hey, I wanted to do this, I did this. And this is, don't blame it on some other person or your fate.
Blame भी कर लो, but ultimately अंदर तो पता होता है ना. मतलब अंदर पता होना, खुद को खुद से कितना पता है वो ज्यादा अवेयरनेस जरूरी होती है. आई फील कि मैं झूठ बोल रहा हूँ, ये मुझे पता होना चाहिए और मेरे को नहीं बिलीव करना चाहिए उस झूठ में. मेरे को पता होना चाहिए कि ये झूठ ही है. मतलब अगर मैंने चोरी की है तो मैंने की है चोरी, वो मुझे पता होना चाहिए. भले वो मैं दुनिया को ना बोलूं या जो भी, बट खुद को तो पता होना चाहिए ना. खुद आई थिंक more than staying true or honest to outside world, it's very more important to stay true and honest to your own self.
In fact, I'm so happy, Harsh, we can have these conversations now. This itself makes me very happy. We can have such conversations now, which is not restricted to any, a set of mindset or a set of curriculum. We have broken into those, and I'm sure कि जिस speed से हम जा रहे हैं, not only India, in different countries as well, the way there are people who have not cared about it and taken it to their own ways of exploration. And I think all of you that I meet, I think all of you are, an explorer in yourself, and that is why you're able to make a change. अगर आप सब खुद में एक खोजी हैं कि आपको क्या, अगर आपको कुछ अच्छा नहीं लगा, तो you went out on a quest to understand, and that is why you started connecting those dots कि इसके बाद ये, इसके बाद ये, and that is how I think you reached Manish, and that is how you reached
exactly Swaraj. Yeah.
And I'm so happy that we are in the right time, because now we are able to talk about it. We are able to challenge this. We are able to take decisions which are not something that we were supposed to take. So that, Harsh, I'm really happy that I have you here. Please tell me.
And I also want to bring back to the thing, because we haven't finished with the programs at Swaraj. So that is another program, which is the Shakti Girls Fellowship. Then we have another program called Vimukh Shiksha Yatras, which is a fairly late newer edition. Not I mean, it has been happening since 20s actually. So basically Vimukh Shiksha Yatras are learning journeys, thematic learning journeys, which has been part of the Swaraj process throughout since the beginning. But I had a special interest in these yatras. So when I started working, I started this thing called Vimukh Shiksha Yatras, which are learning journey. Initially, we started with the focus of visiting and exploring spaces which are working on reimagining education in their own ways. But eventually, we diversified our interest as my interest got diversified. And now we do these thematic learning journeys. there is one happening in this month in Thailand, which
Mhm.
is which I spoke up to you about earlier,
Mhm.
which is themed around mind, body, and spirit with northern Thailand culture, Thai culture
Mhm.
in northern Thailand. And we keep doing these learning journeys at least twice a year or thrice a year.
Mhm.
Um, and they have been an amazing space for people who cannot commit for long term, or people who want to explore things in a very specific way, to come and be on these journeys.
Mhm.
And with these journeys, we got inspired to start another program for young people, because
Mhm.
since the 2 year program has been on pause for a while now after COVID, we are now starting with a 1 year program, which is a self designed learning program, which is more focused with the learning journeys, with the yatras. So in 1 year, we'll do like three formal yatras with the kids who will join for a year, and these yatras will be also open for other people to join. So it's not just the khojis,
Correct.
but also other peoples to
Mhm.
diversify the experience.
Mhm.
Uh, and uh, and the whole year is designed around these learning journeys. And I mean, there is more to it, but that's what. So we are again back with the program for young people. This 1 year program is for kids from age 17 to 23 specifically,
Mhm.
who want to take a gap year and explore, or who want to start on their self-designed learning journey.
Mhm.
So this whole 1 year program is there for them to join for. We just did first orientation in August, second orientation in September. We'll be soon starting the program also. um, so which is again very interesting, because everyone kept asking कि वो 2 साल वाला program कब शुरू होगा, 2 साल वाला कब शुरू होगा. But and it was so hard for us to explain all these things to people, that Swaraj University is not just that 2 year program. It's much more.
Correct.
It's
Mhm.
much more, many more programs happening. Um
Mhm.
बट वही है ना कि दिमाग में वो यूनिवर्सिटी का एसोसिएशन है कि एक प्रोग्राम तो होता है. तो वो बहुत मुश्किल है तोड़ना, विच इज ओके. आई मीन, वी आर नॉट ऑल्सो too much bothered about it. But and also we felt like we want to work with young people more.
Mhm.
So we are starting this new program also.
Yes.
Yes. And
Thank you
then there
so
are
much.
more programs which keeps popping up in between in different ways.
Mhm.
But these are the major things that are happening right now in the current space.
Thank you. बहुत सारे programs हैं आपके. I'll put together all the links so that जिनको भी इनको explore करना है, it will be
Definitely,
easy for them.
definitely.
We'll also put up an article on educationnext.in so that people can come and read up. अगर आपके पास कुछ है, something about Khoji's program especially, I think, because I put up a lot of
Mhm.
content for youth especially. Um,
Definitely, definitely. I'll send
so
you a lot of links.
अगर आपके
Yeah.
पास कुछ है, then somebody can read up, and because people keep coming not only from there are people world schooling families that are associated with who, when they come to India, they
Yeah,
want
yeah,
to explore
totally.
something more. So उनके लिए
Mm.
this will be
I mean,
very
one thing
interesting.
is you can definitely share these websites, all our websites,
Mhm.
which has a lot of resource on it. It's on its own. Um, but I will also try to find. We also have a huge video library on YouTube. We make films. We are big time into making small films and stuff. So we have films for all our programs. The
Right.
websites are
So
pretty rich
हाँ.
in themselves.
So that is the whole idea of Education Next. What when I started, and
Mm.
I was very excited with the idea of alternate spaces and alternate learning,
Mhm.
and that's how I started this. I started with online learning spaces, but then one by one, it just got more interesting when I started connecting with world schoolers. When I started connecting with people who are into alternate space in India and different places. So now the website sort of became a hub of all these. क्योंकि किसी को कुछ जानना है, and then it's very easy, and that is why I'm even talking to you guys, because then it becomes more personal, and it's very easy for me,
Yeah,
because when I know you as a person, it's very easy for me to tell someone, hey, I know this person, please up
yeah.
you
But
get.
I just want to also talk about this thing. कि अभी ऐसा सुन के ये सारा मतलब आई एम श्योर पीपल a lot of people keep telling me oh this is so cool and you are sorted and everything, but it's not like that.
Of
Like
course, of
you
course.
I am not sorted at all.
True,
Like
true.
every day I'm struggling with different kind of things. This is, and also like ki, acha, this is the way to go about it. So the thing is that what we are saying is like there is no one way of going about
Absolutely.
anything,
Absolutely.
and it's basically
Hmm.
what we are trying to do is to encourage people to find their own ways, find their
Absolutely.
own paths. We're
Hmm.
not in we are telling them oh these are the ways which has worked for us, and you can explore these and see and figure out what works for you. But you find ultimately the idea is to find your own way, your own path to walk on, and which is not at all a easy path, which will still have all the problems, all the issues, all the depressive times, all of that. But still it'll be something which you are choosing consciously, and you and I, when people say like but oh this is that and blah blah blah, they question it. I'm saying I feel so nice about these questions, because अगर आप क्वेश्चन कर रहे हो तो मेरे लिए आप अलाइव हो, and that is what is important for me. Like if you have to keep questioning, I question it all the time. Like every day I will question this, oh this program, oh but what are they doing now, is it really making a difference in their life, is it something which will work for them, how can we do something different, whatever. Like I will question myself all these things even if I'm not involved with money. I remember having these I mean I spend a lot of time with Manish Bhaiya, and a lot of our conversations are always me questioning the programs कि अच्छा ये तो ठीक है but इसमें हो क्या रहा है, अच्छा ये निकल के क्या करेंगे, अच्छा ये तो ठीक है इसने ये कर लिया but अब इसका क्या करेंगे, अब ये कैसे इसको how is this person going to make his livelihood, how is he going to figure out this, how is he going to figure out that, or how am I going to, like what am I doing about question. So and that I feel like those reflections and that questioning is what is more I mean, it's equally important as doing these projects, the running these programs. It cannot happen one at a time. It has to happen both at a time. And a lot of times we don't do it, of course. I mean, we get caught up in all the nitty-gritties of running things and all that. But to keep reminding ourselves to keep questioning and keep sort of reflecting on things that we are doing is what is. I feel that's like the core of anything that we do.
ठीक है हर्ष.
और
It
वो
was.
पता है वो किसी भी जगह पे हो सकता है, वो उसके लिए कोई जरूरी नहीं कि यू हैव टू कम टू स्वराज और यू हैव टू लिव
Absolutely.
अल्टरनेटिव लाइफस्टाइल. इवन इफ यू आर इन अ कॉर्पोरेट, if you have the space to question that, I feel go for it if that works.
ठीक है. हर्ष, हमारे पास अब 1 मिनट बाकी है as usual, but
Definitely.
we had so much fun. I had so much fun talking to you,
Yes.
and
Yes. Same
I
here.
think these stories are so amazing, and that captures an essence about you, that you are living this life. It's very easy to understand, from someone who is living that sort of a life where, like you said, it's not perfect. It hasn't answered all the questions, but it is.
I want to correct you. I'm trying to live that life.
Okay, you're trying to do that, right? You have not answered all the questions, but you are in the pursuit of finding the world's mystery in its own beautiful way, and that makes your journey very inspiring for me, and I'm sure that will inspire many other people who are listening to you. And thank you so much for being here, and
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
we will have many more conversations. So thank you for
Definitely.
now. Chalo, see you.
Thank you so
Bye.
much. Chalo, bye bye.
Bye
See you
bye.
soon.